All right, welcome back, Geminis. Welcome back to Love Yourself First Oracle, where I deliver daily oracles for each zodiac sign. Not too long, not too dried out. Just a minute to help you. Okay, I didn't know the song was about to start playing, y'all. Okay, just a minute to help you get through the day, the night, the evening, the weekend, whenever it is that you view my channel. So, Grand Rising, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for viewing my channel. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button. We're just over here loving on self. Self love and self care is not selfish when you point it to everybody else. Okay, so thank you for all my A1 day ones. Thank you for those who just subscribed to the channel. Hey, Queen A. Hey, King A. Make sure y'all hit the like button, leave a comment. Thank you for those who watch the channel but haven't subscribed yet. Hey King, hey Queen, hey. Make sure y'all hit the like button, leave a comment, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're just over here loving on self. Sometimes we do love messages, sometimes we check in with the energy, sometimes we see what's the tea, what might be going on with your situation, but we're gonna always resort back to self. Because like I say, self love and self care. It's not selfish when you point it to everybody else. And also thank you for those who subscribe to the channel, but unsubscribe from the channel, but still watch the channel. You can be led to the water, baby. Can't nobody make you drink it. At the end of the day, people probably been telling y'all your life. You need to make sure you take care of yourself. Need to do right by them kids. Need to put money back for hard time. Need to forgive your mama, forgive your daddy. Need to let that hurt go. Need to forgive your past relationship. You need to just work on your abandonment issues, your trust issues, your self-esteem or confidence issues. You need to work on that. And guess what you do? What you want to do? Why? Because you're grown. But when you're old enough and you know better, you should want to what? Do better. Exactly. And over here on my channel, baby, that's what we make sure we do. Like I said, self-love and self-care is not selfish when you point it to everybody else. Ain't no way you in somebody's life or you allow somebody to come into your life and they give you the bare minimum. While you giving out 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, or 100%. Make it make sense. Okay, go within and do that healing. Acknowledge that pain, that trauma, that hurt, neglect issue, abandonment issue, trust issue, self-esteem issue, confidence issue, whatever type of issues you need to work on, you need to work on it, okay? All right, so Gemini, we're gonna get some as far as your self-care means, we're gonna get that out. It's hot, it's the summertime, them kids out, their mind acting up, their lady acting up. We're gonna see what message you got from the Sassy Oracles, okay? We're gonna see what's up. We're gonna see what you need to check, what you need to be checked on or checked out. Cause we know it's hot. Sometimes you can act a fool, sometimes the next person can be the fool. Who whatever, okay? Who whatever. But accountability take you a long way. But we're gonna get the message, y'all. I'm still holding my mic. Okay, so I had to put the mic down and do the call. So bear with me again, okay? I'm gonna figure something out, okay? Until then, the show must roll. Cause one monkey don't stop no show. Do you hear me? Alright, so in through the nose, out through the mouth. Alright, so let me get these self-care out first. And then we gonna get the rest of them, alright? So just chill out. Look, chill out, Gemini, chill out. I don't know if that's loud or not. they don't be knowing the hard work that I be going through in order to get this set up, and then they want to fall on the floor. You know, baby, y'all came straight out. Y'all must got something to say. All right. So at the bottom, it says, "My challenges brings me opportunity for growth." So whatever you go through, whatever challenges you have, it brings you closer to growth. Always remember that. Talk to yourself like someone you love. So however you talk to somebody that you love, make sure you are talking to yourself like that. Do you hear me? Okay. So let me get the Sassy Oracle Message out. Well, let's go over the self-care message first, okay? So as a collective, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. So whatever has happened to you, whatever you have been through, whatever you have dealt with, you don't have to be reduced in your self-esteem, how you look at yourself, as far as, saying, "Oh, I'm this age and I ain't got this going." Baby, everybody had a moment, everybody had a time. It don't matter how old you is, it don't matter where you might think you at in life right now. Guess what? Things gonna get to moving when it's time to get to moving. You just gotta make sure you walk by faith and not by sight. You just gotta make sure you got your eyes dotted. You gotta make sure you're doing what you need to do on your end. And it says, "I deserve clarity, not confusion." So if somebody's leaving you confused, somebody's leaving you with unanswered questions, stop playing. Stop sitting around and waiting on people that's leaving you with confusion, or just got you all up in your head, or got you as far as you don't know what y'all got going on. Baby, we ain't got time for that, okay? We don't have time for that, because I'm sure you done been through that in other relationships or dealing with other people, and you know how they feel. So stop allowing yourself to be put in certain situations where you already know how it feel, and then you still end up feeling it again. No, stop doing that, okay? Stop doing that. Singles, it says, "Not settling, just pushing the F harder." So you're no longer settling. I'm no longer settling for this. I'm no longer settling for that. I'm no longer doing that. And what I'm gonna start doing is pushing a little bit harder. And I'm gonna go hard. And I'm gonna go hard. Yes, as you should. It says, "I was always looking on the outside of myself for the strength and the confidence, but it comes from within. It is there. It was there all the time." So you was always looking at the outside, looking at this and looking at that, trying to see how I could build this and how I could build it. When the only thing you had to do is go within and do the healing. Go within and acknowledge the few things. Go within and hold yourself accountable. Go within and talk to yourself like you love yourself. Go within and take yourself out on dates how you need to take yourself out on dates. Go within and build that confidence, that love, that self-esteem that you need to build within yourself. Could nobody else help you? Can nobody else help you? Because you're the only person that been through your trials and tribulations. So everything starts, like Michael Jackson said, "I'm starting with the man in the mirror." Oh, yeah. Okay. "I'm asking him to change his way." You got to change. Okay. So you're looking everywhere else and you finally realize it comes from within. I got to go within and do the healing. I got to go within and do the work. I got to heal my inner child. I got to heal my inner teenager. I got to heal my mid prime. You got to heal. Everything comes from within, baby. Okay, those in a relationship, you got, if it's meant for me, I won't need to force it. Of course. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. What we forcing it for? Because what we look like. Who you look like? Mr. Filter? Bob the Builder? Who you look like? No. If it wasn't my problem, ain't no need me be fixing it. Do you hear me? And it says, "A girl slash guy should know two things: who and what they really want." So you should know two things: who and what you really want. Quit playing. You already know what it is. You already see what it is. So why you wasting time? Okay, why you not doing what you need to be doing? Quit playing. Do you hear me? Let's get it together. If it's meant for you, it ain't gotta be forced. I ain't finna force nothing. I ain't finna beg you to do nothing. I ain't finna make you do nothing. I ain't finna say nothing no more than two times. After that shit, you telling me what it is already. Stop letting people play in your face or stop playing in people's face. Okay? And that's if you're a cross watcher, you know? Those who are in a marriage or a long term committed relationship, it says it's not that deep. Chill the F out. Your job is not to impress others. Your job is to impress yourself. Stop worrying about everybody else and impress yourself, baby. Do what you need to do for you, because at the end of the day, guess what? You going to that bed alone. You going to that job alone. You going to that grocery store alone. You going home to that man alone. You going home to that woman alone. Whatever the case may be. But stop trying to impress everybody else and make sure you're doing it for you. Self-love and self-care is the best thing, okay? And it says, I am strong and I can do anything I set my mind to, as you can. You just got to be willing to make the sacrifice. It says, you gain strength, courage, and confidence by expressing in which you really stop. Hold on. It says, you gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. So you gain strength, confidence, courage by every experience. By every experience that you done went through, every trial and tribulation that you then went through, where you have stopped and looked fear straight in the face, like, baby, what's up? We gonna do this, how we gonna rock it out? Shit, let me get my tennis shoes, let me take my earrings off. Bro, y'all probably like, let me get my tank top, let me get my sweatpants, let me get my tennis shoes, let me put my do-rags on. What's up? Okay? I ain't finna keep running. I'm finna do what I need to do. So every experience, every situation of trial and tribulation you done been through, you done gained the strength, you done gained the courage, you done gained the confidence to know when to look fear in the face, to know that, hey, I gotta face this fear. I gotta do what I gotta do for me. It is what it is. Do you hear me? Okay, now. So let's get the message from the Sassy Oracle, see what they gotta say. Cause like I say, it's hot. These people acting up. Baby, you might be acting up. The kid might be acting up. The dog might be acting up. Let's get to the messages. All right, Gemini singles. Let's get into it. So we already told you the self-care message, okay? You are always looking on the outside for yourself, the strength and the confidence, but you know everything comes from within. Okay, and you know that you can't control everything, but that don't mean you have to be reduced by it. So the Sassy Oracle is telling you, baby, you have outgrown that BS. Now act like it. So it's something that you have outgrown. You have outgrown this this person. You've outgrown the heartbreak. You've outgrown the toxicity. You have outgrown the drama. You're like, yeah, no. I'm fed up with it. I'm not finna be doing it. I'm not finna be dealing with it. You're looking at the cycles. You're looking at the patterns. You're looking at what's going on. And it's like, yeah, no more. As you should. And that's why it's telling you to delete the text, block the number, and reclaim your peace. Delete the text, block the number, and reclaim your peace. Because you out here trying to save people who ain't worth saving. Stop trying to save people who wouldn't even share their snacks with you, baby. They wouldn't even give you one of their chips. They wouldn't even give you a cookie to dip in your milk. But you out here trying to save them, and you probably bought them cookies. But you ain't gonna share the cookie that I bought with you. Oh, okay. Block, delete, reclaim your power. And stop thinking that you can smudge away your bad decision. You cannot. You mess around, you text that ex, you mess around, you miss that ex, you mess around and got late on that bill, you mess around and didn't buy the cat no food, you mess around and then you just mess around and didn't do a lot. Don't think you can Apollo set throw away, dead away. No. There was the choices that you made. There was some decisions that you made. You cannot smooth that away. Quit playing. So the Sassy Oracle is telling you, baby, you have outgrown certain BS, and it's time for you to start acting like it. It's time for you to start deleting messages and blocking numbers and reclaiming your power. It's time for you to stop. Always try to save people who ain't even worth being saving. At some point in time in your life, you should be able to see the patterns in the cycle as far as the certain people that's coming into your life to realize who needs saving, who ain't trying to be saved. Okay, make it make sense. Now, those who are in a relationship, it says like it says, a girl slash guy should know two things: who and what they want. So it's telling you my trauma, my healing. Not every shadow work session needs a public announcement. Stop telling people what you done been through. Stop telling people how you done did that. Stop telling people all this and all that. Oh, I'm healing. I did this. I've been through this. You know, this happened to me and all that happened to me, but I did the healing. I did this. And it's like you ain't gotta tell everybody what you done been through. As long as you didn't deal with that problem and deal with that situation and handling situations better than what you normally handle, you ain't gotta tell everybody what you done been through. Because sometimes when you tell people what you done been through, they use that against you. Okay, the past is the past. You can't change nothing about the past. What can we do now? How can we move forward now? How can we do something better than the past? That's what all that matters. And it says your intuition isn't ghosting you. You're just not listening. So your intuition is not ghosting you. You're not listening. Okay, and we need to come up out of this. Sometimes your gut be telling you something. Sometimes your ear be ringing. Sometimes you hear a certain song. Sometimes you see a certain number. And yeah, you just fa la 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 la. No, stop playing. Stop playing. Okay, get it together. Because it said just because you are spiraling doesn't mean that you are sinning. And that does not mean you are sinning, baby. Okay? And then you sitting around, you feeling like you cursed, but it says you are not cursed. You just need better time management. Like it says, you're just not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to your gut. You're not doing what's supposed to be done. But you should know what you want and who you want. And you need to stop inviting all these people to your table. It says the vibes are off because you keep inviting goblins to dinner. Like you keep inviting all these creatures that don't even supposed to get half of your time. Your time. If you done did the healing from your trauma and all that, that means you don't even supposed to be looking at the goblins. You're supposed to be looking at something different. You done dealt with the goblins. You done dealt with the heartbreak. You done dealt with the people who be lying. You done dealt with the people who have tell stories. You deal with all that. Why you still, trying to get the benefit of the doubt? No, ain't no more benefit of the doubt. You done been through that. That's it. If they ain't coming the opposite way, if they ain't coming a different way, then I'm not finna waste my time on you. I'm not finna do that. I already seen you before. I already dealt with your kind before. Y'all can't be saving. Point blank period. Okay? Now, those are in a marriage or a long-term committed relationship. And you go right here. We got why not me? Comparing, it says comparing is a thief with bad vibe. So stop trying to compare yourself to other people. Why not me? Why this going on? Why that going on? It ain't your time. It ain't your moment. It ain't your season just yet. And it might be your season, but it's certain things that you ain't let go, certain things you ain't got rid of, certain things you ain't acknowledged, certain things you ain't been held accountable for, or allowing somebody else to make sure they hold themselves accountable for things. It, it, come on, it's a lie. Stop looking at what other people. Okay, you can say you ain't looking at other people, but sometimes when you're going through a lot of dealing with a lot and you all on this internet shit and it making it seem like, oh, look at them, they so happy, or oh, this person got this going on, oh, this, you don't know how many nights they probably stayed up crying. You don't know how many nights they probably didn't even have nowhere to stay. You don't know how many nights they probably ain't had nobody supporting you like they support you. Like, you don't know the story. So stop looking. Stop trying to look in, okay? Be you. Wait, keep working on what you're working on. And it says also, why did why did I do that? It says you change your whole vibe to be easier for them. Ew. Why would you change your whole vibe to be easier for somebody who wouldn't share their snacks with you? Who wouldn't care if you was walking or riding? Who wouldn't care if you was in the other room crying in your heart out? King or queen? Who wouldn't care to ask you how work was? Do you need me to do this for you? Do you need me to do that for you? Why? Oh, that's just how they is. That's just my yes. I don't know. We're not gonna be dealing with it just this. No, we not. We're not gonna do that. We grown. We grown. We not gonna do that. Okay. So look at you. You did that, and now you like the fuck I do that for? Exactly. Why would you do that? And it's also telling you you don't need a sign. You need a nap. You need to take you a nap. You out here just running, just running. You need to take a nap. You need to get your proper rest. And when you need the nap, take a nap. It's also telling you, trash day. Healing feels like garbage before it feels like growth. So you got to go through the garbage. You got to let things go. You got to throw things away before you can see the growth. Okay? You got to go through the trials and tribulations. You got to learn how to put yourself first. You got to start pouring into your own cup. You got to start saying, I got to pick me first, Lucius. I got to pick me first. Okay? And it says more caution tales, red flag, twin flame. He ain't your twin flame. He is your caution tale, baby. So some of y'all out here with a caution tale that ain't even your twin flame. You think it's your twin flame because y'all got years, y'all got history, and y'all got this, and y'all got it. And this motherfucker taking you through it. King or queen taking you through it. Take me through that. Take me through that. They just out here giving it out. What the hell? Like, no. Choose you first. Choose you first. And when you choose you first, guess what? The right person gonna come in. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. This is not just me telling you. This is experience. I'm telling you. Nobody is perfect. But if they willing to work on it, once you say something about it, then baby, let's do it. Because you at least trying to work on it. You're at least working on it. Because I ain't gonna say trying to work on it. You're at least working on it. We know nothing happens overnight. Okay? Let's get it together, Gemini. This y'all miss. I do hope y'all enjoy. Make sure y'all hit the like and the subscribe button. Tell a friend of a friend so we can get to 500. Okay, once we get 500, I might try to, do probably like a 5 car pull for some of y'all. Just show my appreciation. Okay, in through the nose, out through the mouth.